Hey everyone. There we go. My brightness was off. Hi everyone. Oh, okay, it's freezing now. This is gonna be fun. Let me go turn my sunshine off in the background here. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna wait for a few minutes and let some people get on. Hopefully the video quality is okay. It looks kind of blurry on my end, but I don't know how it looks for y'all. We'll see. We'll see how it does. All right, so I have my vast array of soap supplies. So many. So I have to do this off of my laptop because YouTube doesn't let you do anything off of your phone until you have 1,000 viewers or 1,000 subscribers. So we're gonna have fun like turning the laptop all around. So that'll be interesting, but we'll make it work. So I'm just gonna test some angles to make sure that we'll be able to see everything throughout the whole class, or you guys will be able to see everything. I will be able to see everything. I'm here. But let's see. I go down. Yeah, when I'm pouring all the soap, you guys can see that. That's my main thing. I want to make sure you can see when I pour the soap. I'm going to grab something and clean the camera lens up. Hold on. Oh, wow. I don't know what's on it, but it's like, I can see it. It's super gummy on my end. Who knows? Probably animal snot. Cats probably rubbed against it. They're good like that, you know? All right. Okay, so I see that we have about 6 people on here. Pretty good. All right. So if you've made it on here and you don't know who I am, I'm Kayla. I run a homestead group on Facebook, and then I also just started like a sister one on MeWe for the people that left Facebook. I cuss. If cussing is not your jam, you probably don't want to hang out with me. Just fair warning. I'll probably drop the F-bomb at least once today. Usually when I screw something up, it comes out. It's just part of who I am. So this will probably take, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half to complete from start to finish, just because there's some cooling time involved and that takes forever, but we'll chat about all things soap during that time. So if you're going to be hanging out with me the whole time, you should grab an adult beverage, because that's what I'm doing. I'm going to drink in soap, you know, safety first, right? Alcohol. This is for a Montana one from Big Sky Brewing Company. It's really good. It's a huckleberry ale, and it tastes like a fruit, so it makes me happy. And I worked hard today. I cleaned the kitchen for you guys. That was hard work. So let's kind of go over like basic tools that I have out here. I have way more than you need for like beginning soap making stuff, but I do a lot of it. So first thing, scale. You need a scale because everything is by weight. I got this off of Amazon for like 10 bucks. I will have to look up which one it is specifically, and I will put it in the description later. I'll go through and like link all my tools that I've used in the description for you guys. And then you will need, you don't need it, but I use it because it makes the process quicker, a stick blender. You need to blend your soap. It just helps everything incorporate a lot quicker. You'll need some kind of thermometer device. This is my best friend in the whole world. I love this thing. I use it. I'm like a little kid. Like I laser thermometer temperature everything. I'm like, how cold is it today? What temperature is my wood stove? This is what I use when I'm cooking to make sure that my oven is at the right temperature in my wood stove. So when I'm like baking it, like shine it in there. You will need some sort of scraping thing. I have a spatula. It is labeled soap for safety purposes, so I do not use it for cooking. Just as a general rule of thumb, if you use something for soap, you don't want to use it again for cooking. So this is all soap specific stuff. I have multiple little containers because we're going to be doing a couple different colors. So yay, colors. And then my big fat container to put all of the oils in and to do the base of it. This recipe that I'm doing makes about 3 pounds of soap, and I will be putting the recipe for you guys too. I have it all written down, but I have to type it up for you. So I will be typing it up for all of you guys. And then what else do I have over here? Gloves. We are going to be using dangerous chemicals today. Well, a dangerous chemical today. So wear gloves, eye protection. I have glasses on. I'm calling it good enough because if I tried to stick something else on over my face, it would just fall off and I would be angry. If you do not have glasses, get something to protect your eyes, because if light splashes up or anything like that, like it can blind you. It's like, just be safe with that one. I have a trash bag to cover my current work surface, which I should probably cover before I spread everything out like I'm doing, but oh well, hold on. Let me lay it down before I continue pulling all of my stuff out and make it even more messy. So I'm doing this just because I have wood countertops. See my beautiful butcher block countertop? So I don't want to hurt them in any way. So I'm going to put down the trash bag just because it's here and it's easy. Eventually I want something like a type of tablecloth or something that I can use on this that I can just toss in the wash when I'm done. That way I'm not wasting anything. But for today, quick and easy. Okay. Move these out of the way. Jar. There we go. All right. Better. Then I have some glass containers like this. This is to mix my coloring in, and I'll show you that when we get to it. I have another little glass jar. This is going to be for measuring lye into, or a glass bowl. I need one more glass bowl. I'll get one in a minute. You need to use glass for your fragrance oils or essential oils if you're scenting your soap, because they can eat through a lot of different types of plastics, unless it's the, I think it's HDPE soap, and HDPE plastic, and I don't remember the number. I feel like it's like a 4 possibly on the recycle number, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. So to measure your fragrance oil in, something glass, unless you know it's fragrance safe. Oh wait, hold on. I have fragrance. Oh, this one isn't a number 1. Number 1 will work, but I think a 4 is also the other one. Okay, so those are my basic soaping supplies, and then in the box I have all of the fun stuff. So like I said, safety is very important. The first thing that we're going to do is the lye, so it has a chance to cool down. So when you do soap, you combine your oil and your lye, and you want them to be close to the same temperature. Lye, which is sodium hydroxide, when it reacts with water, like when you put it in water, it like skyrockets the temperature. And I like to soap at 87 to 90 degrees. So I let both my lye and my oils cool down to that 87 to 90 degree. And as long as they're both in that window, then you're good to go. So one of the things that I'm doing today to try and make this a little bit quicker, so we're not here for way too long waiting for lye to cool, is that instead of just using water, I have ice that I'll be using as my liquid. So that makes it a little bit quicker. So the first thing we do is we get one of these. I'm going to use it to put my lye in because it's nice and easy. And I'm going to measure out the liquid first, which is my ice cubes. I got my recipe so I know what I'm doing. And I ran this through a calculator already. When I post this recipe, I am not going to have run it through a soap calculator. I will give you guys that tool because I don't want, like, if you tweak anything, if you do anything different, you have to rerun it through the calculator to make sure you get the correct amount of lye and water in your soap recipe. So online, there's like really cool tools. You just put in like how many ounces of what you're doing. So I'll put the recipe down. You'll go to the soap calculator, put the different ounces of the oils that are going in there, and then hit calculate, and it will give you how much lye and how much water to use. So just as a safety thing, I'm not going to put that in the directions for you guys. Just because I don't want any mistakes to happen if something gets changed or anything like that. Because if you have too much lye in there, then your soap will be like lye heavy, and then it can injure your skin and stuff like that. So just so you guys know, I've run it through. I actually run it through every time because I'm just extra safety cautious with it. I run it through the lye calculator every time, even though it doesn't change. It's always the same amount. I do it to be safe. So let me go grab my ice from the sink over here. And for my recipe that I'm doing today, it's like 13.5 ounces of water. So I'm going to put 13.5 ounces of ice in here. It's cold, you guys. All right. We're at 12.5. Might do the rest with water, just so it all fits. Okay, so I'm adding a little bit of water to my ice concoction. 13.4. 5. Oh, let me tilt you down so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Ice in here, water. So now that that's done, I'm actually going to set it back in this bowl of ice because the ice is also going to help cool it down, so it's going to sit in the ice bath. Now, the next part, my hands are too cold, the scale's not recognizing them. There we go. So the next part we're going to do in the sink. I always do lye in the sink just as a safety thing in case anything were to happen or spill or anything like that. Like, I want to be able to clean it up quickly, and the best way to clean up lye is with water. You will see some people, we're going to set this down and have a chat, that talk about using vinegar to neutralize lye. So the component in vinegar that's supposed to neutralize lye is acetic acid. Acetic acid doesn't really neutralize it. It just like causes the chemical reaction to occur. So you're still going to get a burn, and there's some debate as to whether or not the burn is like harsher or the same as with water. So if lye gets on anything, it's best just to rinse it off with water. And if it gets on you, because it comes in like little grains, so if it's still in its grain form, brush it off really quickly and then run whatever it is under cold water. I've had a couple little lye burns over the years, and it's really not that bad. It really doesn't react until it hits water. So, if you're like sweating or something, you'll feel it immediately. Otherwise, it might be like sitting on your clothes and you'll like touch something later and be like, oh, and then it's just like a tiny little dot that gets burned. But it's really not bad, I promise. It sounds like a big scary thing, and it's really not. I just want you all to know the proper safety protocols for it, just so everyone can be safe. All right, I'm gonna go set this down over here, and then we'll turn you around. Okay. Move things out of the way. Now let's turn around to the sink and the messy entryway. Enjoy it. It's beautiful. And, there we go. Okay. You guys can now see the sink. Oh, shoot. Wait. I have to measure the lye. Let's turn you back around. We're not there yet. My brain's ahead of me. Okay. I'm going to go grab the lye. It stays up on a shelf in my pantry, up high where nothing can get it until I use it. Now that I'm going to be handling the lye, gloves go on. Gloves go on every time I touch lye. So I blow mine because it makes it easier to put on. Sounds weird. All right, I'm going to go grab my lye out of the pantry. I would take you with me, but I really don't want to lug my laptop across the land. I'll be back. I'm back with the lye. It's all red, and it's got 12 million caution signs on it, so you know that you should be cautious. I mean, when they put that many on there, you better be. All right, so now I'm going to put you guys down so you can see what I'm doing. Put my bowl on here, and then I'm going to zero it out, zero the scale out. So that just means that once I zero it out, it accounts for the bowl being on there, and it's all zero. So I'm not trying to like math, taking the amount of the bowl weight and then subtracting the lye weight or whatever, however you math that. Oh. These are also really hard to open sometimes. There we go. Okay, so I want to show you guys. I still have this here. It just is a little bit safer to have it like that. so not all of it can dump out at once. Okay, so I need 6 ounces. So just very slowly pour it. Six ounces is a lot, by the way, you guys. Like, it looks like a lot. I'm at 4, 5, almost there. 5, 6. All right, there's that. I do see a couple little pieces of lye that got on my trash bag, so I'm going to wipe those up really quickly with a damp paper towel and throw it away. That way it's not on my work surface and I don't have to worry about it later. I'm just always cautious. And then, you know, I'm using a paper towel because, oh no, that's oil. There's oil on my thing, on my sofa. All right. There we go. And then throw it away so you don't accidentally touch it and burn yourself. Okay, now for the turnaround to the sink part. We're gonna go to the sink. We have our bowl in there. There we go, you guys can see. I have my lye. Oh. Hi. Sorry. Okay, so when you are mixing your lye and your water, you never put your water part into your, I'm just gonna hang out on here. You never put your water into your lye. That can cause a lye volcano with the reaction. So it'll like bubble up and go crazy. You don't want to do it. I mean, I did it once just to see what happened, but I was outside and far, far away. Like I rigged up a whole thing, but don't do it regularly. So I'm going to start slowly pouring some of my lye into here, and you'll see it like starts melting the ice like immediately. Oh, also you need to do this in a well-ventilated area. You should not shove your head really close like I'm doing. Don't do it, it's bad. Okay, we'll just kind of let that start dissolving. See, you can see the ice is just going down because it's reacting with the lye. And I just do little bits at a time. Come here, I do little bits at a time. Yeah, with my phone would have been so much easier, but hey, you know, make do with what you got. Don't inhale it. It is like toxic fumes, okay? All right, let's add a little bit more in. There we go. Can y'all see how it's doing? Let me pick this up and show you. Maybe, I don't know. You can kind of see it's melting the ice in there. And this is also what you do if you ever want to make like a milk soap. You freeze the milk first so that the lye doesn't burn your milk. There we go. Much more liquidy now. Okay, add some more. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of this in. Okay, and see how there's still a little bit in the bowl? What I do is that as soon as I am done using my lye, I run and I go stick it in the sink and fill it up with water and just let the water kind of overflow in it for a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, while that's filling up with water, we're gonna mix this a little bit and then we'll go over to our oils and get those ready. Because this is just slowly gonna dissolve in here and melt all of the ice so we can use it in the soap. And we'll come back and check on it in a little. But you can see like how liquidy it got. Like this was almost just straight ice, and now it's like a little ice and mostly water. All right, so that's gonna hang out there. And I'm gonna wipe down that countertop as well. So since I had the lye over here, just anywhere I go, wipe it down with water and just make sure that I don't leave anywhere to find later as a unhappy surprise, because that shit ain't fun, y'all. I had a piece drop on the floor once and then I stepped on it. So. All right, since I'm done with the lye for now, I'm taking these gloves off and throwing them away. And then moving back over here to safer things. So I don't stir it all the time while I'm waiting. Sorry, I just now saw, I don't know when you posted that. I'll stir it every once in a while just to check on it, but mostly it'll dissolve in by itself and heat up over time. Okay, so now we're going to measure all of our oils out. So all our solid oils. So we're going to do the solid oils first, and then we'll move on to the liquid ones later. I use the liquid ones to cool it down after I melt all of the solids. So, power. The first thing on here is cocoa butter, which is here. Cocoa butter. And while we're waiting on everything to cool down, I'll talk about where I get my ingredients and stuff like that for you guys. So this one I didn't realize it was deodorized. So cocoa butter, if you get the regular cocoa butter, smells like chocolate and it's amazing. Sadly, this one's deodorized, so it doesn't smell as yummy. Not that you smell it once it's in the soap, but I just like to sniff it beforehand. And it's really nice in lip balms and stuff. All right. Oh, it has a little bit of the cocoa butter scent, but not a lot. This is cocoa butter, 6 ounces. 2. Too much. 6.2. 6 ounces. So, oh no, not quite. 6. So after every time I put an oil in, because I don't like to math too much because I'm lazy, I just zero it out. Make my life easier. The next one I have is Shea Butter, which is 5.5 ounces. That's this one, and I need this one. So since this is just touching the oil, I just use a regular cooking spoon. It's not designated for soaping. I think this is going to be most of what I have in here for the Shea Butter. What did I say it was? 5.5. 5.3. 5.5. All right. There's that one. Now my hands are so sticky. This stuff is really sticky, y'all. Okay. Paper towel. I usually don't use paper towels so much in my household, but when I do soap making, I use them a lot just because it is disposable. So if any kind of chemical gets on it, it's safe. I do lots of things for safety. And now it's time to take a sip of beer because I deserve one. Can y'all hear me okay? I did not ask that to start with. I don't know if you guys can or not. I hope you can. There's 13 of you still here, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Next I have coconut oil. So coconut oil in soap helps make it a little bit harder, and it also creates a really good lather in the soap. Zero out my scale. I usually buy it in bulk, but my bulk order has not come in, so I have to run to the store and get it. It was supposed to come in today. But who knows when it will come in. It's close to holiday time, so everything takes forever, and it's already all messed up because of COVID. All right. Oh, I shouldn't say that on YouTube. They like censor your videos if you say COVID. This I need 15.5. So the largest part of my soap is coconut oil because it makes it nice and lathery, which I like. Coconut oil. And I don't like these jars that I bought because it measures it in fluid ounces and not weight ounces. I'm like, I don't care about your fluid ounces. I want weight ounces. All right, 2.6. We're at 5. Next jar. Oh, this one's hard. Should have set these on the stove earlier to warm up. My spoon is bending. That's how hard this is, you guys. Come on. When I don't think ahead, it's okay. It happens quite often, obviously. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Cat hair. Oh, wipe it on me so I don't get it in anything. Okay, 7.8. This is the longest part of all the soap making. Once you have everything measured out and melted, it goes really quickly. The measuring and waiting for stuff to cool takes forever. Like 8.4. Out. 9. Okay, no issues with the stream. Awesome, thank you. This is really hard when your hands are all greasy and the spoon keeps slipping. I'm just waiting for this to like get thrown on the floor and shatter everywhere. 10, finally at 10. All right, 5 more. My poor spoon, it's so bent. $12.5. Might open up the last jar of this stuff. Just because the bottom of this is a pain. Okay. 13.6, we're almost there. $14.4. 15.4. Oh, okay. We are there. 15.5. Yay. Out of the way. All right, I'm gonna go wipe my hands again. All right, so now that I have the hate you. It decided to be more. Okay. close enough. I can't decide what it wants in life. It's a very sensitive scale. Now that I have all of these done, I'm going to melt them in the microwave because I'm lazy today. Usually I pour them into this thing when my wood stove is on, and then it just sits on my wood stove. But we're being quick today. So these are going in the microwave. The first one is a minute and then 30-second intervals until it's all melted. So I'm going to go put this in. We're going to put gloves on again and go check on the lye. Throw these away. Okay. Yeah, I need a much better camera setup to do classes. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be money, but I'll figure it out one day. Since lye's going to be coming over here, set this back here. Keep my drink safe. I'll probably keep my gloves on this time. Go ahead and take this off. You guys, don't wear bracelets or long sleeves or anything that can get caught in the lye, water, anything like that. You top. And my hair is braided. I should have braided it back, but oh well. If it burns off with lye, it burns off lye. Okay, time to turn you guys around. Back to the lye in the ice bath. Okay. So, we're here again. I'm going to stir it. Help it get all dissolved in there. It's melting the ice at the bottom too. That's in the little bowl for its ice bath. Yeah, so all the ice is almost completely melted in here. And, oh, let me go get my temperature gun. It is at 74.6. It will most likely go up here in a minute. So usually it starts out kind of cold and then it'll bump up to like 110, 115 and then drop back down when I do it like this. Yeah. And eventually it'll also, like, it looks cloudy right now. It'll turn clear too, just so you guys are aware when the process is complete. It usually turns pretty clear. Sometimes it'll stay a little cloudy. Not that it hurts anything to be clear or cloudy. Sorry, that was just all tit shot, y'all. I apologize. Yeah, now we're at 81.7. I remember what I said it was. I think it said 70 before. Okay, and I heard my oil beat. So we're gonna grab them and give them a mix. All right, we're gonna turn back around. Oil time. Oh, where'd my spoon? Here it is. They're getting kind of soupy. Don't let me. I almost poured that all over my phone. Okay. Just throw that down there. All right, I'm gonna pop this in the microwave for 30 seconds. Oh, that was a minute. So, while we are waiting on that, we need to dump the water out of this because we're going to use it later. I'm going to go put my lye back in my pantry on the top shelf so nothing can fuck with it. What temperature? Oh, so I want my temperature to be around 87 to 90 degrees when I combine my oil and my lye together. I soap at a lower temperature because I add colors and I like to do fun things. Usually when you look online for soap temperatures, they'll have it at like 120, which is great for just basic one color soap. It sets up really, really quickly. You guys will kind of see what I mean by that in a minute as we get into it. But if you want to be able to do like fun swirly colors and stuff like that, you need a colder oil and lye water to start with. All right, I'm gonna go run and put this in the pantry. The oil's beeped again. We're getting liquidier. Ooh, nice and soft. Give it a good stir. And I like to stir for a little bit because it helps melt the oils. The less amount of time that it's in the microwave makes me happy. I don't usually microwave stuff, like I said, but to make it quick so we're not here for the next 12 hours while I melt oil. All right, back to the microwave. Okay, my candle. Check our lye temperature over here. We're at 82, slowly climbing. I had a notification from somewhere. Let me see if it's someone asking about the class. No, someone was just saying that they're going. Okay, great. I should probably check and make sure nobody asks questions on Facebook. Nothing important. I mean, it is important, but not that. Okay, we're good. And back to the oil. Boom. See, this is all the cocoa butter here, these big chunks that are unmelted. It takes so long to melt it. I want to get it, they make it in like little pellets. I should probably invest in those, but they're a little bit more expensive. So I go for the bar and I smash it with a hammer, you know, fun times. All right, does anyone have any questions so far about anything? While we're waiting on the oils to melt, can answer questions. And like I said, in a minute, we'll go through all of where I get everything, because that's mostly when I talk about the color. We'll get to that. Have a drink. Dang cocoa butter chunks, man. I should have chopped them up smaller. It's okay. My next time I'll get the hammer and beat it more with the hammer before I start measuring it out. There we go. Oh, I forgot to tilt it down. There, now you guys can see. See my big cocoa butter chunks? All right, I'm gonna put it on for a minute. Get this thing done. Okay. Ready to start doing the rest of the soapy stuff. That gets plugged in at the back. Where is the actual cylinder part of my stick? Oh, here. There's that. And check my temperature again. We're 80. My water might be a little cold today. That's okay. It won't hurt. So I'm going to be using olive oil, castor oil, and sweet almond oil in mine. And those will be added in here after the solid oils are completely melted. I use those to cool down the solids really quickly. Okay, hold on. Let me grab these. Still chunky. Still chunky, you guys. Do you see this? I braided my hair and missed one tiny section. Does anyone else do that? I hate it. It's so frustrating. I just like tied it into the bottom and I was like, good enough. So it's almost completely melted. Hopefully this last one will do it. And then we will add our liquid oils in, and then we'll add the lye. As long as everything's at the right temperature. Well, actually, let's go ahead and start putting together the rest of our stuff. So we're going to be, let's turn you this way and let you focus down here as to what I'm doing. So I'm going to be using colors for it. So, wait, let me check first before we get into this. So close. And I just used titanium dioxide in here. And in order to make all of the colors like mix into the soap easier, I disperse them in either oil or water to start with. Here's my So this is my real precise measurement. I need half a teaspoon of titanium dioxide in here. And then I will add water to it. And this will just make it a nice white color because soap itself is usually like a cream color. So this will make it just a little bit whiter. Okay. Zippy zippy. Put that back in my box. Got this. I'm gonna run over to the sink and a tiny bit of water. And then I have my stirry chopstick. This is how I stir all of my colors because I don't have anything better to use yet. I'm going to get something. They make some cool like tiny mini whiskey things that I want, but for now, it gets the job done. And so it's like this, nice and liquidy and watery and mixed in, and it just makes it easy to blend into the soap. Finally, we have achieved liquid oil. All right, I'm gonna set this behind me to cool down a little bit while we finish up preparing our colors. So next, I want to use my new oils. So my oil, I order from a couple of different places. It really just depends. I look at the price and what shipping is at that point in time because those things vary. This last time, because I was ordering fragrances, I ordered my oils from Nature's Garden, right? Yes, Nature's Garden. And I just got 16 ounces of oils. So this is a sweet almond oil that I'm going to be using to disperse color in. So I do like a tablespoon-ish of the oil. And then go ahead and do it in here too. And then I've got two colors that I'm using. So, well, they're actually like is okay. So I have three colors here. This is from Mad Micas, and then these three together make like a really pretty red color. And they call it like their true red blend or whatever. So you mix them in equal proportions, if I can speak today. And it makes like a really nice red that doesn't bleed. So some colors will like leach out into the soap around it, which can be cool if you want to do like a tie-dye soap kind of thing. But I want to do peppermint candy cane soap for winter. So the first color is called Brazen Hussy. And it's like super vibrant, orangey, pinky kind of in here. So I'm just doing a quarter-ish teaspoon of each color. That color. That off to the side. The next one that goes in here is called Voodoo. I love micas, they're so pretty. Okay, another quarter teaspoon of that color. And then the next one that goes in here is called Spicy Tomato. I love their names. And like the descriptions. The description for Brazen Hussy cracks me up. Wait, let's see. See if y'all can see. Does it show you guys this pretty sparkle to it? Not that you see it when it's soap. But it's really pretty to look at. All right. And then I take my mixie stick and I mix them all up to, let's see, I need a good angle for this. Not a good angle. There's no good angle for this. Sorry, you guys. This is why I wish I could have my phone. I need 1,000 subscribers. I'll probably never get there, but that's okay. You guys will just suffer with me. Actually, I can set it up with like a camera or something external for my laptop, and it would be much better. I just didn't have time for that shit today. All right. So that's mostly mixed up. You can see the color on the end of my chopstick. Now, this other color is darker. This Angry Rose, wait. Did I put that in there? No, okay. Angry Rose is my next one. And again, it's like a dark winey kind of color red. It's really pretty. And I just wanted it for contrast in the soap, so. Add that in there. And mix this one up. It's so pretty. I wish you guys could really see like these colors. They're so pretty in person. Okay, that's almost all mixed in. There we go. That one. Set this down. Set this back here with my other colors. So the next thing I need to do is measure out my fragrance oil, which I have my little stainless steel bowl for. Apparently it's wet from being washed. I'll put that there and zero my scale out. So my fragrance oil, I'm using one, it's called Peppermint, and it is from, again, Nature's Garden, and it smells really good. So the fragrance oils that I get from Nature's Garden, hold on, sorry, reading the comments. So the Nature's Garden fragrance oils that I use are phthalate free, and they do not have the California warning label on them. And you know, if something has like, if it doesn't have the California warning label, it's pretty good because like everything has it. Like I think baking soda has the California. If it doesn't have it, we're all good to go. Okay. Peppermint. Oh, it's all backwards for you guys. It doesn't matter. I can't show you. Okay, so for this, I need 2.72 ounces. There is a fragrance oil calculator that you can use too. You can use essential oils. So essential oils are a little bit trickier to get to stay, like the scent to stay. So if you're worried, use a fragrance oil. This one has essential oils in it, but you know, there's some other stuff that helps stabilize the fragrance in your soap. Because soap heats up as it's cool, as it like processes. Oh, my finger looks weird in this glove. And that kills like the scent. Tricky with them. All right, 2.7. It smells so good. Oh, I'm about to make a big mess, y'all. 2.6. 6. 2.7. All right. Paper towel to wipe up my drip all down the side of my fragrance oil bottle. I only need one of you. Thank you. It smells so good. It's so minty. I'm so excited. And again, I just kind of clean up my workspace as I go. Try and stay clean here. It's really hard for me. I'm a messy. Like, I make a mess. You guys should see me when I bake. I'm like covered in flour. Usually it's like right there. I just have like giant flour handprints on my tits. Okay. All right, I am done measuring. So I'm going to wipe down my scale and put it away. I think I'm done measuring. Oh, I'm not done measuring. Just kidding. I have to do the liquid oil still. Let's get that done. Screwed up my unit. I just want. Okay. Now I need I am going to, where's my olive oil? 11 ounces of olive oil. Big olive oil. And we need 11. Uh, 11 ounces. There we go. And then I need my castor oil, which is, zero my scale out. Castor oil, I need 2 ounces. This is just, it has like lots of vitamins and stuff for your skin, and it also just makes the soap like really soft. I spent forever coming up with what I wanted in my soap. Like making your soap recipe is super personal to people. So it's like whatever you want it to be. Keep accidentally touching that. Two. All right, that's my castor oil, and then my sweet almond oil I put in 4.5 ounces. And that's here. Zero it. Two, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that is all of my oils in there. I'm gonna mix them and then check the temperature again so that we know if we're ready to combine everything. All right, there's that, and temperature gun. My favorite tool is hot. I'm gonna go shove this in the fridge. It's at 146. All right, while that's sitting in there, I'm gonna kind of clean up my workspace and we'll talk some more about other places that you can order stuff. So like I said, I got my last order from Nature's Garden and it came from Mad Micas. Another really good place to get mica colorant is a place called Nurture Soap. And I'll go through and like link all of this stuff for you guys later too. It'll probably be tomorrow because once I'm done with this, I have to go feed in the dark. Because somebody's dumbass didn't feed before doing this. Fold this over. Oh no, don't get on my countertop. So those are where I get my micas and some of my ingredients. I get a lot of my big supplies, and like here, this is my mold that I'm gonna put the soaps in. It's got the silicone in it. I got this from Candles and Supply. And I use them a lot, but I really like them because they give a discount for nonprofits. And since I'm making all the soaps to sell for the nonprofit, it's been really nice to get that discount. So those are the main places I order from. I order like lye, and if I do really big bulk oils and stuff like that, then I order from something called Essential Depot. And they have like, I mean, you can buy stuff by the drum, like a drum of oil. So they got a lot of stuff there. So I think that's mostly where I get everything from. I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of quick cleanup, put things away, so we don't have a big mess when we start doing the fun part of the soap. This is all the boring stuff. And it does take a while. I apologize for that, but there's no way around the longness of it. I tried really hard, but the oils are still too hot. Come in here, and let's start pulling out what we'll need for the top of it. Get that set up. So I am going to pipe like frosting on the top of the soap to make it look delicious, because I love that. Oh, hold on, my computer's not charging. Let me yell at it. Maybe not. Hold on. We have to fix this. Charging now?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, my laptop is like 6 years old and it hates life. It's struggling. It's also on my list of things to get one day, but you know, animals come first. So I'm doing the frosting on the top of the soap, and it's like legit, you pipe it like you would frosting. So I have all of my tips and things that I got off of Amazon for $5. Come here, little bastard. Open. Why? There we go. I want a big round tip. That's not round. That is round. That might be the winner. All right. That one is the winner. There's that. And then get a piping bag out. I ordered a whole bunch of these as well. I got like 400. Why is there no way to easily open this? Oh, gloves are coming off again. I'm having a fight with this packaging, y'all. There we go. Jeez. All right, and then you just snip the tip off. If you've never frosted, you snip the very tip off, not too much, just a little bit. And then these ones I like, it has the part that goes through the inside. Oh, I didn't snip off enough tip. Hold on, let me snip some more. Okay. Through the inside we go again. And then you set this on the outside, your tip on the outside, and then it has a little screwy piece, and you screw it down. And it's nice because if you want to change the tip, you can. That's my favorite. All right, so that's ready. That's going to come in here into this bag. Open it up so I can dump my soap frosting in there in a little bit. We might end up soaping a little bit hot today. Sorry. It might not be the most beautiful soap. It'll still be pretty. But I don't want to wait another hour for it to cool down. All right, let's see what we're at after a few minutes in the fridge. 127. Close enough. I really want it to be 90, but you know, it'll be okay. I hope. It'll be okay. And let me check my lye. Yeah. All right. I think the lye is cool enough that it'll kind of even it out. So put my gloves back on, and then I'm going to grab the lye, angle you guys properly, and plug in my stick blender, and then we'll come back and we'll start doing all of the blendy bits. All right, I am back with the lye. And since this has a long pour spout, it's okay. I'm just going to slowly pour it into my oil. And it's hard to tell in there, but it immediately starts like the process at the bottom. You can see it all change color because it was kind of clearish and now it's turning, yeah, you can see it's turning like this opaque color. So as soon as that gets poured in all the way, I go stick this in the sink and fill it up with water. Again, anything to overflow and neutralize that lye in there. Get these set up and ready to go for my colors. So now we take our stick blender. Oh, we're gonna have a mess. Hold on, let me move things to the other side. That can come over there. That can come over here. That can come here. And that can come here. Okay. So what we do now is you put it in here and then tap your stick blender on the bottom to release the air bubbles. 2 reasons. 1, you don't want it to like loop up into your face. That would be bad. And 2, you don't want to incorporate air bubbles into your soap. All right, no more air bubbles are coming out. Make sure your sticky blender is on low. And what I'm doing now is I'm just blending it till it's like mixed together. I don't want to reach trace, which we'll go over what that is in a second. It's like what you need when it starts soap to like really start the soap process. We just want this to blend together. So maybe. All right. So it is just incorporated. Like, it's so hard to show you guys. I don't like this. I want to be able to show you better. But it's like just barely mixed together. It's not, it's like still super runny. That's what I want. I want it to be super duper runny. So yeah, see, it's like really liquidy still. So next I'm adding in my fragrance oil, which is the peppermint. And I'm going to mix this with the spatula because I do not want, like if I use the stick blender, it speeds up the process and I don't want that. I want this to stay like as liquidy as possible for making the pretty designs in the soap. Pour in my fragrance oil. Grab my soap spatula. Labeled, I know. Scrape out every last bit of fragrance oil. Okay. Now I'm going to mix it together. Mix it in, and it really, it's really full today. Really doesn't take too much mixing to mix it all in there. Oh God, it smells so good. It's got like the tiniest bit of sweetness to it, so it's not just like straight peppermint, which I still like straight peppermint, but I like having that little bit of a sweet scent as well. All right, now that that's all mixed in and incorporated, I'm going to pour off some for my mixing of the designedness. That was real English there, you guys. A little more into this one. All right, so next I'm going to add in my colors. Yay, colors. So into this one here, I'm adding in this darker red. I'll just kind of drizzle it in. Some of it, not all of it. Start out with a little and then add more. You can use, I think it's a ½ teaspoon usually of mica per pound of soap. This is my bright red. Put some of that in there. Might have to mix it more for the end. Oh, and white. I should do the white first. Always do your white first. And my white just gets the titanium dioxide. There we go. All right. So this I'm just quickly stick blending just to incorporate the color. Okay, the color is mixed in. You want it just like as quick as you can for coloring. Next, we're going to go from the lightest red, which is this bright, true red color here, and incorporate that one. A tiny bit more red, not quite the red I want. There we go. All right, done with that one. And then go to your darker color. And you can do this with like multiple colors. Just go lightest to darkest. So it usually works out pretty okay. More of this one for sure. And then this, I just did, it was like just a 1/4 teaspoon of coloring. So. All right. So now is the fun part. We get to pour. This is my favorite. Before it all starts setting up. So I'm going to grab my mold here. Let's see if I can angle this down so you guys can see a little bit better. And I'm going to fill this about 3/4 of the way up. There we go. I need to like get something to stick under the back of this. Hold on. We're gonna problem solve so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. And angle it down almost. Okay, you can kind of see now. So what I'm doing here is called a drop swirl. So I'm gonna start kind of high, ooh, really high. You might be doing a hanger swirl, just kidding. It's not gonna, it's a little too set up. I was worried about that. And since this didn't work quite right, we're going to do it this way. You make it work however you can. Get the white in there. So it should have been a lot liquidier, but since I did it too warm, the dropping of the swirl did not work. So we'll do it like this. And swirl the color that way. Let's see if I come from up really high. If it'll go in. Yeah. There we go. This is what I want. So it like goes into the soap and goes deep in there and then makes pretty designs. Okay, there's that one. Done. Next one up high. Okay. And I'm going to scrape out this red really quickly from way up high. You guys can't see. I'm like really high. I'm like a foot above this thing. And add in a little bit more white on top. And then the rest of that white will be used for the frosting. Okay, now that I have this all filled in, I'm going to tap it so that it gets out any air bubbles. So loud noise. Okay, so there's that. And now this needs to set up a little bit more before I can frost with it. I'm going to go pop these two in the sink for cleanup. And we shall cut my soap that I made the other day. I got my fancy new soap cutter. It's fancy. And my pretty soap. So I'm going to pull this out of the mold very carefully. Somehow I'm not doing a good job. There we go. unmold the soap. Careful with the top. Perfect. All right, this is gonna go in the sink to get cleaned up. Turn this over and slide it in. Yay. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna go grab a knife and we'll cut it and see what it looks like. So this just has like little slots for me to slide my knifey down. This will just trim off the end bit there. Oh, come off. Oh, it turned out good. Okay. I did like a little design at the bottom. So it's got that, and there's a gold layer in there, which you guys can't really see so well right now. But I'm happy with it. Yay. And then this will get laid out to cure. I cure my soap for 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, and that just dries them out so you can use them. Let's do the next one. I think we're almost set up enough to pipe. I'll cut the rest of these later, but I wanted to cut a couple and show you guys how they looked. Yeah. There's a couple little air pockets in there. It's okay. I like the little curvy line at the bottom. All right, so that's cutting, curing. Curing, like I said, is just to dry them out so you can use them. If you don't cure your soap before you use it, then it'll like disintegrate as you use it pretty much. So, okay. Let's move this out of the way. I'll cut the rest of these later. And, okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up a little bit more of this red with my almond oil, because I'm going to drizzle it down the inside of my piping bag, and then that will cause like the little red lines to make it look like a peppermint as I pipe it. You'll see. You'll see. Okay, I need Voodoo. This one and this one. Mix these up really quick to get my pretty red color, and then we shall pipe. Piping is my favorite. One, two. I hear the mule outside. He's very upset with me for not having had his dinner yet, and it's sunset time. I mean, it's only 5 o'clock, but you know, mules, they're impatient. All right, mix this really quickly. Okay. Now, usually you would use like a pipette or something to drizzle this. I don't have a pipette with me, so I'm using a syringe because I have a lot of those. So I'm going to suck it up with my syringe, and then just go and grab the baggie down like just against the edge here and just let it drip down. And just do that in a couple places. Ah, go straight. And that'll add red to the outside of my piping. Okay, and then next, I need to get my soap spatula and not rip it off of this thing. Wipe it up because I have red on there. I don't want red all in my white. little bit of red that I want in there is okay. And yeah, see, this is nice and like gloopy, so it'll hold up. So we're going to put that in my bag to pipe with. Could probably set up a little bit more, but trying to not keep you guys here all night long. Promise. I need a taller cup for this and a better spooner. Unfold. There we go. All right, scrape out all the white that you can get for this. Yay. Okay, and now I'm gonna pipe the top on. Ooh, it's a little runny, that's okay. Oh, it got really red. And I just make a couple layers of this. It looks like little peppermints on top. Ah, it's so drippy. It's not quite set up enough, but oh well. Ooh. Sorry, you guys. I'm like super concentrating on this. All right, and that is mostly done. Next is my favorite part. I have biodegradable glitter. And I just sprinkle that. Oh God, it's really coming down over the top. There we go. That's soap. So this will sit for 24 to 48 hours. And then I will cut it in my fancy new soap cutter thingy. And then it will be ready. And I'll make sure that I take a video of me cutting it for you guys, or pictures after I cut this one so we can see what it looks like on the inside. So thank you all for joining me for this extremely long soap making class. I hope you learned stuff. I will be updating the description of this with like everything that I use, the places that I bought stuff, soap calculators, fragrance calculators, all of the resources for like beginning soap making and all of that. And if y'all have any questions that you want me to answer in there, put them in there. I know someone was asking about FDA labeling. All of the labeling requirements and like legal stuff, I'm gonna do another video on at a different point in time because it's like really in depth. There's a lot of stuff you got to go through for that one, and all of that. So we'll go through that at another point in time. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me, and I will catch you all later. Bye.